Hello, everyone. I'm happy to have another young Indian with us, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Adarsh Dwivedi. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Adarsh.
Uh, Thank you, sir. My name is Adarsh Dwivedi. Uh, I am pursuing my PhD from University of Lucknow, Department of Political Science, and I am senior research fellow there. And my topic of the thesis is uh, political views of Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay on Chiti and Virat, with a special reference to cultural nationalism. So I am basically working on the aspects of cultural nationalism, like I am comparing the nationalism factor of India to the West and how the nation state emerged, and what's the various nuances of the nationalism, and what's the similarity and differences between the Indian concept of nationalism to the West concept of nationalism. So, and I have done my master's from BHU, Banaras Hindu University. And, and yes, sir, this is my brief introduction.
Go ahead. Please tell us more.
I mean, I can start with, sir. I have been born and brought up in Gorakhpur. This is a district in Uttar Pradesh, India. And sir, I have
Everyone knows it
completed
by
my,
now.
yeah, yes, sir. The CM of Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Yogi Adityanath is from there, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm from Gorakhpur. I have completed my schooling from there. Then I went to Kashi Hindu Vishwavidyalaya, that is Banaras Hindu University.
Mm.
So I completed my post graduation from there, and then I came here to Lucknow University for my PhD work. I'm currently doing my PhD under Sir Dr. Amit Kumar Kushwaha,
Yeah.
and I am very much interested in I am interested in exploring the Indian political thought, the aspects of Indian political thought by comparing it to the Western notion of the different types of ideologies and theories. And then, one more thing I would like to add. Recently, I have been to Raisina Dialogue, that is ORF, Observer Research Foundation.
Yeah.
So I was there. So I was part of the Raisina IE challenge. IE is a university in Spain. So they have selected 60 students from global community, from the 12 region, they have selected 60 students. I was part of that
Yeah.
group. Sir, our team competed and we were runner up in that challenge. So,
Okay. Wonderful.
so
Well,
we,
tell us why you decided to do a PhD in political science, because most people don't understand political science to begin with, and then to do a PhD. There must be some dedication, some motivation. So tell us about it.
yes, sir. So I have done my schooling in science stream, like my intermediate, and in the 10th I was a science student. Then, sir, I went to the humanity first. In the starting, I went to humanities because of the UPSC factor. Like I was looking to prepare for UPSC, so I thought I would take political science as my optional, and then I would prepare for UPSC. But sir, when I dwelled deep into the subject, like when I started with the NCRT and the course books, I find it like the political science, like basically the political theories and the political science syllabus that is very interesting. And so I find that when we apply those theories to the practical world, we can see that those are some theories are very ideal and some can be applied. So I thought let's dwell into this more, and then I completed my PG. And when sir I went into the Banaras Indian University, the when I visited library and I read many books. So, sir, that interest began. That interest was very much uh, like it developed into my consciousness, and then I thought like I will pursue it more. And the UPSC. Then, sir, I decided that I will not opt for the UPSC and I will go for the PhD. And from there, I will like basically I want to teach, I want to learn, I want to study more. So that's why,
Hmm.
sir, I went.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a bit more about your analysis of cultural nationalism, Because very intriguing thought to me. I mean, not everybody is interested, but I'm interested. So tell us what you have found, what you think, where you are headed with this.
Thank you, sir. Sir, uh, I am doing my PhD on cultural nationalism, but there is a personality involved in that, and that is Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay. I hope you
Yeah.
have know him.
Yes.
So he was the he was the founder of Jan Sangh Party, that is the
Yes.
precursor of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yes.
So so sir, he gave two thoughts, and his point on nationalism emerged from his concept of Chiti and Virat. So I am working on that. So you asked me about what is the nationalism aspect. So I'll say, like sir, in short, I will want to say that when we see the nationalism of West, it emerges from a treaty named Westphalia Treaty, that was signed in 1648, that says that nation states are constructed like
Yes.
you construct a nation based on linguistic factor, based on uh, ethnic factor, based on caste, based on like many on the many factors you can construct a nation. When we delve into the concept of Indian notion of nationalism, it is completely different. Here we say nation is not constructed; it is an organic entity, like it develops organically. Like
Mm-hmm.
nation is neither constructed on language basis. Nation is neither constructed on any material basis. It's an organic entity which develops from the generation to generation, and our ancient roots of nation were incorporated in our you can say Ved in Vedas, in Upanishads. We have the notion of nation. So this is
Mm-hmm.
the basic difference between Western concept of nation and Indian concept. And now I want to I am working on my PhD thesis where I will try to show the similarities and the stark differences between the very basic root of the Western notion of nationalism and Indian notion of nationalism. So this is what I'm looking to work with.
Okay, so let me just see if has nationalism evolved in the West, or are we stuck in Westphalia?
This is a very analytical question, and it's a I would say, sir, their nationalism is very much depend on the external factors. Like, sir, the if you see uh, uh, in the West, in the European state, many nations are constructed based on the language. So it happened like they fight on those factors. Like if a French speaking guy is there, so French is speaking and Spanish is speaking and English is speaking. So there are the language barrier. There are more of a uh, class barrier. There are more of an ethnic barrier. But they are also very much dependent on the there is a one thinker in the Western philosophy, that is Ernst Renan. He say in his book Nation and Nationalism that nationalism is nothing but a construct of industrial revolution. Like when industrial revolution happened, people accumulated at one place, and that led to a nationalism concept. There is also another thinker who is Benedict Anderson. In his book Imagined Community, he says nationalism is nothing but an imagined concept. Like nation is an imagined concept. It's not true. So, sir, we can say ki on the theoretical basis, they have said that nation and nationalism is a constructed entity.
Hmm.
But now, in the present state of, sir, you can say, yeah, there is a national concept there, but that is very much materialistic. That is very much guided by the external factors. While in India, it's sir, totally different. We have to look upon the roots. We have to look upon the genesis, and this is a very like you can say this is a one area where the scope of research is too large, and I think the more research should be done in this area, and I would be pleased if my work can reach to more people, and they can find suitable scope to work more on that.
Okay, I want to hear more about India from you, but let me just ask the last or put out the last thought about Europe. So, as I look at the EU, okay,
Yes.
and it started as economic, and then in 1992 it became political, and the UK withdrew from EU partly because of the political difficulties in merging their political system with the EU. But EU seems to have overcome the language barrier because in their meetings they speak in English because the French don't want Germans to dominate, Germans don't want French to dominate, so they speak in English, and they put out everything in English. And all the small European countries that have recently joined EU, they don't want to learn any language at all because they say, look, the world is in English now, so why do we have to learn either French or German or Spanish or anything? So I wonder whether this is going way beyond your thesis, I'm sure, that is a new concept of a European identity rather than a physical geography. Europe was geography, and nobody knew where Europe ended because I have already always asked people, is UK part of Europe or not? And they say, no, it isn't. I said, then in which continent is it? So they say, oh, we don't know. So, but it was a geographical concept. Now I think it's becoming a social and political concept as people are now freely allowed to live anywhere within EU. Okay, there's no barrier. You can keep your European country's passport, but you can live and work. So, do you feel that this is going to be a new concept? Not an EU is not a nation state. Okay, obviously,
Yes,
it's
sir.
not a nation state, but it is a state. It's not even a state. So how do you,
Yes.
I mean, you may not have any thoughts because I don't know the answer myself. I'm just asking what is EU in the European philosophy or European thinking of nation state?
Uh, sir, I mean, obviously, you have some very insightful point about this, and sir, it's a unique point. I would like to, sir, I would like to say that when it comes to EU, sir, EU is a it's a more about uh, uh, development of a globalization type of thing, or you can say it's a more about and multination corporation or a multination economic and cultural, and also you can say uh, an organization where different countries came and they work for their development, their respective development. The exact cause of Britain leaving, the exact cause of England leaving, you was that Brexit happened, and that the people of England were of the opinion that their development was hampered by being in the by being in the organization of European Union. So the European Union or such type of organization, like you can say G7, G4, or African Union or BRICS or SCO, ASEAN. It's all a sort of different thing. Like in our political science, we can say it's a multinational, multilateral, multilateral organization, multilateral uh, trade development, multilateral economic uh, uh, assignment between the nation. So, but the nation state, what I am working on, the nation state, I am working on the theories of nation state, how the nation emerges in the West and that to the India. And that is, I don't think this is any, I mean, I don't think EU or any organization like in India, Indian concept of nationalism or Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay or our nationalism, this is also not anti to these organizations. We also say there should be globalization. We also say there should be talks between all the nations, or there should be peace, there should be harmony. But when it's about we are adopting the Western philosophy, or we are adopting the concept of Western nation state or secularism or democratic process as it is, then we say no, there is a difference between the Indian practices and there is a difference between the Western practices. So we should know what is the Indian genesis, what is the Indian roots of these so-called organization or the institutions. or the concepts. So that's what, sir, I am working. Hello, sir. I am not audible. You are not audible, sir. Hello.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm audible now. Let's turn to India. Okay. I
Yes,
It's a question that has been in my mind for some time now. That look, most people in India were illiterate. They didn't go to school. Okay. And this is perhaps true of the ancient days also, because people were farmers and they were growing their own food, and they were craftspeople and all. And literacy was confined to a limited number of people. Okay. And even if our literature is very rich and has many deep thoughts and ideas. But how did the common people absorb those ideas? You say it's organic, right? But how did those people absorb those ideas, and how did those ideas persist in the Aam Aadmi or the common man for thousands of years? Because they were illiterate. They didn't go to school,
yes,
and we talk of Gurukul and things like that, but there were not many people who were going to those. It was the elite or limited, let's not call elite, limited number. So how do you reconcile? Basically, the issue I want to ask you is, how did the common people absorb this concept of nationalism?
yes. So thank you, sir, for asking me this question, because this question will, like, if I can explain answer of this question,
Please.
that will clear most of the thought. So, sir,
Okay.
literacy. What is, sir? You say the people are illiterate, but if we say what is literacy, like on which scale are you saying that people were not literate? So I would say, sir, it's if the literacy is like you write your name, or you learn something, or you know the modern concepts, that is literacy. So maybe in that notion we were not that literate, and the you as you said, the scope was very limited. But sir, there is a very new there is a very like there is a thing coming onto the horizon of Indian academia, and now this that is called uh, Indian knowledge system. So that Indian knowledge system, sir, was persistent, was there from the 1,000 years ago, where people they listened, that they listened from their grandparents. That knowledge traveled, that knowledge transcend from a generation to generation on the via the teachings of the grandparents, or the teachings of the elder people, and the limited scholars. So, sir, yes, we were not that much literate. That's true. The literacy was limited to some people, but that consciousness thing, that thing that we are a nation, that thing that we are a one culture, one cultural entity, that we are a part of a grand India. That was that was very much there in the consciousness of the people, right from the subaltern to the elite. And we can see many more examples of that. There are lots of book written on that. So, and if anybody who is listening to me and he wants to explore more on that, he can go through many books, and there are lots and lots of work done on how the Indian knowledge system is spread in the ancient India, and how the consciousness of nation was there. And that's what, sir, I would like to say,
Okay.
sir.
I want to introduce to you a concept, a word, not a concept, related to what you're saying. This was developed by my older brother, who used to be in the Department of Political Science in Jaipur. He called what
Yes,
you are saying as vocuments. They are not
yes,
documents. They are
yes, sir.
vocal.
Yeah.
They are
Yes, sir.
vocal documents, and he said we should think of these as vocuments. So he
Yes, sir.
coined the term vocument to explain how the knowledge was transmitted, not through documents, but documents. And you may find that term useful. It's not widespread, but within my family, we know it, we understand it, we talk about it, that it was with documents. So, Okay, thank you for that. Now, I've talked more than enough. It's your turn. You tell us
Sir,
more.
one word, sir. With your permissions, I would like to use that word document in my
Please
uh,
use it. Please
further
use
works.
it. Please use
Yes,
it. That's why I'm telling you, because it's a very powerful thought.
yes,
Because
sir.
when he first, you know, he and I'm an economist, but I used to talk to him all the time. And when he first started saying, so both these are documents, I said, fine. This is a great idea that what is preserved is vocal and what is
Yes,
passed on is not written. So I asked you the question of literacy, knowing very well that you don't need to be literate if you are going through a document. So please
yes.
use this term. It's a very powerful term. Okay, good. Let's
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
sir.
Tell us more about what you are doing and how's your life as a PhD student? Is it difficult? Is it
Yes.
ups and downs? Tell us about that.
So, yes. So this is the most important part of a research scholar life. Uh, so it's not easy being a research scholar in India. That's a truth that is very should be spoken outrightly because especially in the state universities, like we are in a state university, so there are very many infrastructural problems which a research scholar faces, like some many unwarranted problems that should be avoidable, and the ecosystem and the environment is not that conducive to research. That's the truth in India, because in India, when it comes to research in the humanities sphere, uh, the research work is, sir, not up to the mark. That's the truth. But few people, few organizations are trying to catch up on that, trying to up the ante, trying to do some conducive work, some remarkable work. But I would like to say uh, Indian government or the state government or the higher authorities should more look in the research sphere, especially when it comes to humanities, and they should look upon how to develop the infrastructure, how to develop the environment. The environment should be very conducive, and there should not be any uh, undue problem to any research scholar who is already facing lot more thing, and he's uh, like, sir, in my university, we are getting fellowship, so there are problems while when we want the fellowship, or when we are authorized to get the fellowship, we don't get it, it get delayed. So there are lot many problems by infrastructural or personal. So yeah, but then also research is a very it's a learning process, it's a learning curve, and I'm very fortunate to be part of this community. And yes, that's what I would like to
Okay,
say.
wonderful. Now tell us, share a little bit about your personal side of life. So far, this all has been very deep, philosophical, political concepts. Something personal that you might like to share.
Yes, sir. So I live in Lucknow. Like, I live in a rented house. I'm all alone here, but my family lives in Gorakhpur. uh, in my family, sir, there I have an elder brother and a younger brother, my mother, father, and my dadi, whom we call dadi,
Yeah.
grandmother, sir.
Yes, I know.
So yes, sir, we are very. I miss my family. Like, I miss those days when I was like, sir, from till UG, I was continuously in my with my family.
Mm.
So when I'm here doing my research part, I may not be that much into the family because I don't get time to be with them. And also, sir, like, the the what we say, the love and uh, sir, the love we get from the family, or the care which we get from the family, that is missing. But yeah, uh, I my grandmother is very happy and very proud that I'm doing research work and I'm pursuing my PhD. And when she call me, she always motivates me. She always she always give her blessing to me, and that's a positive thing. That's a motivational factor for me.
Okay. Well, I have a special interest in Dadi because, in 2006, I edited a book called Dadi Nani Memories of Our Grandmothers. So, this is an edited book of about 25 friends of mine who wrote the stories of their grandmothers' lives. Now, this year I have made it on Amazon as an ebook. It's called Dadi Nani Memories of Our Grandmothers. And that book came out in print. At that time, there was no internet or, e-book and all. But now it's an ebook and it's available in India. But more importantly, I also used to run a website called India of the Past, in which the aim was to capture memories of Indians, personal and family memories that are at least 50 years old. And I didn't have any time, but now my nephew in Jaipur is restarting that website. And so, if your Dadi has stories to tell, she must be now what, 70 years old?
Yes, more than 70, 75, sir. Close to
75.
75.
Right. So, she must have memories that are at least 50 years old. So I'd
Yes, sir.
very much love to get, she probably won't want to write all those things, but maybe she can dictate to you and you can write them. And we can publish her memories on indiaofthe.past.org. It already has tons of stories, it's not like I just ran out of time. It's a very, uh, and people used to ask me that, for whom are you doing this? I said, this will be a memory capsule for 2047.
Yes, yes.
In 2047, when young people want to know what the lives of Indians were like, then they will read these and say, oh my God, this is how my great grandmother used to live. Right? This is what she used to do. So we have a very special interest in preserving the memories of my generation's grandmothers. That time they were all gone. They were all died by 1990s, 1995, my generation's grandmothers. But your generation's grandmothers are alive and they have stories to tell. Hamari beta aise hota tha, ye hota tha, wo hota tha. And you can write in Hindi also, it's not a problem for us. And if you are interested, you can take her memories down, get those old photographs if she has. And I'll connect you to my nephew in Jaipur because I don't have the time anymore for it. But I would very much love to get these memories. And people say, oh, is it for celebrities or famous people? I said, no. We need to know
Yes,
what the life. See, history is written about kings and queens and this. And I said, listen, these are nonsense. We need to know what the average army, their life was like.
yes,
Right?
yes,
This is what at today's technology, well, not today, I'm talking about 2005, that I created the concept and we put it in. Okay, so today,
yes,
of course, is much better. We can even record some video and we can also put on the website some video. Okay, so we have just restarted it with Rakshat is his name. He has not yet done any new story, but he will handle it now. And he's a young guy. He's 45 or so. So he will handle it. Got too many things to do. We very much love to get the stories of the grandmothers as told to their grandchildren. Get
yes.
their memories because they must be telling you those stories. So you just take those down and write it. Okay, all right, good. Anything else you want to tell us? We can discuss this offline, but tell us something more.
Yeah. So, like, so when I saw your message, there was also written, sir, like, what's your hobbies? Like, you can sing or you can play football. So I have no videos, sir, but I like to sing. Like,
Ah,
sir, I sing. Like my father also sing, and my grandmother, she has also very good voice. So that I think that voice uh, transmitted generationally there. So yeah, so that's my hobby, and I used to sing it. When I was young, I used to sing it a lot more, but now I don't get time. But that's a hobby, and I'm also very much fanatic of cricket matches. So like I want to watch cricket very much, and
and by the way,
I'm a fan of. Yes,
how
sir.
does cricket fit into cultural nationalism?
So cricket helps to because when it comes to cricket in India, cricket is a culture all like a cricket is there is a cricket is all a culture where people from different caste, different economic class, they sit together, they watch, they discuss it.
Yeah.
So cricket is something that connects the Indian
Well, I
people
know.
across
That's why I'm
across
asking
this.
you. I know.
Yes,
That's why I'm asking. You know, in 1958 or 59, I think India beat Australia in the Kanpur Test. Jassu
yes,
Patel
sir.
was the famous bowler, and we beat. Let us a bloody national holiday in India.
Yes, yes, sir.
Cultural nationalism. That look, we can
Yes,
beat these Australians. So I mean, back as a young boy, but we didn't have school. We have beaten her. So it's I was just wondering how come a foreign game has become cultural nationalism. But we can leave that for some other time. So, what kind of singing do you do? Classical or movies or
no, like sir, I used to sing Bollywood song and some ghazals and some devotional song, not
okay?
classical. I'm not a trained singer, sir, but just a
No.
normal, like
So let's talk about ghazals because I'm quite interested in ghazals. Okay, so uh, tell me some. Don't sing it, but tell me some ghazals that are your favorites.
like Jagjit Singh is my sir, my favorite
Ah,
ghazal singer, and then Ghulam Ali Saab, and
ah.
then there is a ghazal in Pakistan, a Pakistani singer sung a ghazal that is, uh, mm, so I am recalling it. आज जाने की जिद न the lyrics is आज
Yeah,
जाने की जिद
uh,
ना करो.
yeah. There's Farida Khanum.
Yes, yes.
Singer is Farida
So
Khanum.
I, yes,
Yeah,
and then so ghazal of Jagjit Singh, many ghazals are like
yeah,
ये कागज की कश्ती, and
yeah,
then तुमको देखा तो ये ख्याल आया. These are
yeah.
some my favorites.
Well, I am. Let me tell you that Kagaz Ki Kashti is a nazm. It's not a ghazal. It's a nazm, and there's a
Oh, okay,
subtle difference between a ghazal and a nazm. Look it up. It's actually not a ghazal. It's a nazm. Okay.
okay.
And many of the times in the Bollywood movies, you really never get ghazals. They call it ghazal, but it's actually what in technical terms is a nazm. There is a difference between the two. And the difference is very simple. In a ghazal, there are very strict rhyming rules, very
Yes,
strict, and which are not there in nazm. And the nazm is actually one story throughout the whole process. Throughout the whole song, it's one story. So Kagaz Ki Kashti is throughout the whole song, there's only one story. But in a ghazal, that
yes,
requirement is not there. So Jagjit
okay.
sings both. Jagjit sings both, and in some places he does say, "मैं आज नज्म गा रहा हूँ." Then he explains what is nazm. So he's good. All right. Anything
Yes,
else you want to tell us? By the way,
no.
listen to Krishna Bihari Noor.
Okay, I
Krishna
would like to
Bihari
listen, sir.
Noor. He sings ghazals, okay, proper. So
Okay,
Krishna
sir.
Bihari Noor is, of course, from UP, and he's very good. Now he's passed away, but he has many. He's not a writer. He's not a singer. It's old style mushaira. Where the writer recites his own. Jagjit didn't write. Jagjit is a singer. Farida
Yes,
Khanum is also a singer, but Krishna Bihari Noor, he wrote, those are the old style mushaira. He would sing what he wrote. So this is not singing, it's recitation, it's reciting.
yes.
So listen to Krishna Bihari Noor on YouTube. I think you might enjoy because the angst and the irony of life is there in Krishna Bihari Noor's ghazals. I mean,
Sure, sir. I will
one,
listen to it.
I'll tell
Sure.
you one ghazal, one part is जिंदगी बता अब हम क्या करें जहर बाजार में मिला ही नहीं
Yes,
मैं तो मरना चाह रहा था लेकिन बाजार में जहर मिल ही नहीं रहा बता अब हम क्या करें I want to
yes.
commit suicide but the means are not available. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway good. Anything else you want to tell us?
Sir, lastly, I would say, sir, it's a Great learning, sir. While I was talking to, I got so many insight. I got so many, like, I got, sir, the reality point, like how people will perceive my work when I will explain them that I'm working this. So what the questions will emerge and how they will look upon that and what's their insight. So, sir, I would like to thank you, sir, because of that, all those things you tell me and all those insightful points that you discussed with me. And sir, I would. Really, I was really looking forward to this meeting, sir, and it's a great honor for me to be sitting with you in the same frame. And sir, thank you, sir.
All right, good. Let's end it here, Adarsh. And thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to listen to young people and to hear what they are thinking, their aspirations, their hopes, and so on. Let's end it here. Stay online, and we'll
Okay,
talk a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye.
okay,
Bye, everybody.
thank you, sir.